Hey everybody, I'm Bob.
I'm Charlie.
And this is Bourbon and Ballz.
Yes, very good. It's the first time we've ever done that. So, all right. So for tonight, I think there's a few topics that we're going to go over.
Yeah.
Geez. Yes, as you well know, this is kind of like a revisit.
Yeah, it is. I'll put this back for a second. Yeah, we did a podcast. We called it Under 40, best top 5 under 40. And we're going to do a redo because we know not everybody who's watching YouTube is going back to Spotify or Apple or whatever. And we got some feedback from people, and that was part of what they wanted to hear. They wanted to hear about some good buys for some good bargain buys. So
yes.
We might not spend as much time as we did on the podcast, but we thought we'd run through these again. And everybody also has a visual for some of the bottles. We don't have all of them here, but most of them.
Yes, I'm missing one bottle. I'll explain that here in a little bit. But yeah, so these are going to be our best budget bourbons. Just so you know, they're going to be around $40 or under, which is still a pretty big gap.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's some $15. I'm not saying these are $15 bottles, but I mean, that's still a pretty good gap as far as a lot. Now, if you guys have your own best budget bourbons, please list that in the bottom of the comments. We wouldn't mind kind of, seeing maybe something we might have missed, right?
Right. And people are starting to share more, comment more, and even maybe do some instant message or what's the term now? DM?
Yes.
IM, DM, whatever the kids say these days.
So
it's been pretty cool to have some conversations with more people. And we're meeting some new people as we do this.
Yep. So, all right. So, Bob, if I'd like to start.
Sure, I will start, sir. Now, this you won't smell this, and it won't be super complicated, and you might taste it, and it's pretty good. But for $20, it's a really good buy, and I promise you, it won't make you go like some bourbons do for $20.
Yes. How's that go? I don't think I've ever drank a bourbon like that.
Yeah. And this is Rebel 100. Make sure it's the 100. They do have an 80-something proofer.
Okay. And
it's really watered down. Not much to it. I think you can probably use this in a cocktail, but I've never tried it before, to be honest with you.
100 proof would be.
It
would go. It cut
I think it would.
I
think it would. Yeah. But I like sipping it on the rocks or just sipping it straight.
Okay.
And for $20 for a bottle, man, you can't beat it.
Okay. All right. That's number 5. All right. So my number 5, and I'm actually about out of it. I didn't think I had any left. And this is, I don't know, this is a lot of people's, poor man's whatever. But Bullet, to me, it's one of the best mixers. For a cocktail, but drinking it straight, I think it's just.
And I think it's one of those things. It's like its popularity causes some bourbon snobs, I think, to kind of look down on it. I don't mean to be mean.
No,
that's just kind of how I look at it. But it's for the price. How much is it?
Oh, it's $27.99.
Yeah, and it's really good.
Yeah, and it's funny too because a friend of mine is like, "Oh, dude," because this is when I first got into bourbon, and I was hunting for the first time, and I was going after Taylors and Blanton's, just like kind of like everybody else. So I'm thinking I'm at that level. I'm not, but he's like, "Oh, you gotta try a Bullet." I'm like, "Okay, what?" I just kind of nosed at it, and then the reason why this did so well, or at least I like it, because we had this in a blind.
Yes, we did.
I wanted to maybe prove to myself that what I already thought I knew, and actually it ranked very high in one of our blinds. So, good bourbon.
Yeah, very good, and great for the buy.
Yes.
Yep, I like it as well. So it is a great mixture. I agree with Charlie on that.
All right, so that's my number 5.
So my number 4, I don't have, but and I did preface this when we were doing the podcast that it was kind of cheating a little bit because it was a smaller bottle, but a bottle nonetheless. And you can find it for $29, and it is Angel Envy's 375.
Okay, we'll put the information out there at the bottom of the screen. Yeah,
375 milliliters. Like I said, it's $29. And I noticed there was a big pause when I brought it up on the podcast. You had nothing to say about it. And I know why.
Well, you know why now.
Well, yeah, did we talk about it back then?
Not then.
Okay, yeah. You notice that difference between Charlie and I. He's not a malted barley person. A malted barley person.
We've had a few sips beforehand. So anyways.
Yeah. All right. So that would be my number 4.
And what's ironic about that is our last YouTube video, or maybe it was two videos ago, one of those videos, you gave me an Angel's Envy, and I didn't know what it was, and I about barfed.
Oh, that was the Bourbon Brawl.
Yes.
Wasn't it? Yes.
Something. It was one of those videos. And I about barfed, which is weird because it goes to show that we don't have the same palate.
No, we don't. That's one thing we differ. Yeah. Yes, we do.
So, all right. So my number 4, I unfortunately do not have as well, and I'll put it there at the bottom of the screen, is the Boone County Small Batch.
Okay.
I only know this or got introduced to it through blinds, through our tasting
Just
blinds.
the last tasting we had.
And that's how a lot of these bourbons we learn from.
That's right.
Is for no other reason is someone else is bringing a bottle to share.
Yeah, and if he hasn't told you before, when he and his wife have a tasting, everybody brings a bottle.
Yep.
And you don't know what you're getting at the time.
You don't.
Sometimes I think the average is 12. We usually have 12 that are blind. So you can really realize some things that are lower priced that you might like and surprise you.
Yes. So so that's my number 4.
And I'm sorry, did you say the price again?
On that one, it was $39.99. Okay. So very, very good.
Right on the line. And you know what? I forgot to get this one. I think you probably have it. Shame on me for not forgetting to grab it.
What tell you where it's at?
It's Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah, it's down there.
It's down there. Okay. Should I get it or?
Nah, we're fine.
All right. So Wild Turkey 101 was my number 3. This is another one that surprised Charlie. I know early on when we had some early tastings and he talked about how much he didn't like wild turkey
but I don't, and that's the only turkey I like.
Right.
Which is weird.
But you wouldn't have discovered that had not somebody brought it for that tasting. Yeah.
Correct. And this is the only wild turkey I do like. And I am surprised on my own self when I did the list that wild turkey did not make my top 5. So let's say it's the number 6. Let's say. On my list, but Wild Turkey 101 is definitely a great choice.
Good.
And how much is that? Do you know?
No, I for 750 milliliters it is $26. So great price.
All right.
Great price.
My number 3 is going to be Maker's 46. Not the regular Makers. I'm not a fan of that. I'm okay with that, but the Maker's 46 with the French.
Oaks.
Yes, it's so good. Staves 750 milliliter. That price on that is $32.99.
It's a great deal.
Yeah, this is like I've already been through a couple of these bottles because they're great mixers.
Yeah, and that's
very good. Mixers.
That's one I like to try as a mixer. I don't think I've had that one as a mixer, so I'd like to try that one.
Yeah. So that's my number 3.
Excellent. So we're to my number 2, and my number 2 here. I just love it for everything. It's Old Granddad 114. Remember the 114? Because I think it's a great mixer. I think it's a great straight sipper. I like it on the rocks. I like it anyway. And if you're just, for me, sometimes I'm in the mood for a lower proof or maybe something that's a little more multi-barley. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm in the mood for something with a little more heft to it. And this got a little bit of bite to it. And it's not a rye, but I think I don't remember the mash bill. I think it has a little more rye in it than, for a cheaper bourbon like this. And I think it's an excellent deal. And it's only $33. So love me some Old Granddad.
You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. That's your number 2. My number 2, this is almost not my number 1, obviously. But I was kind of contemplating, but I'm going to stick with what I went with earlier. Early Times, Bottle and Bond. This for $25.49. Now these are Ohio prices too, by the way. But for $25.49, to me, minus one other bottle that you might mention here in a little bit.
Yeah,
it's the best $25 bourbon I've ever owned.
Right.
And it's just wonderful.
Now I need to try that one again because I don't remember it from the tasting. So
it's very, very good.
Okay.
So it went from Brown Forman company to Sazerac, who makes Buffalo Trace. So they've taken over, but very, very good.
Excellent. So speaking of little malty barley, here we go. My number 1 is Larceny. Charlie's not a fan, but this was in one of my first tastings I think I had when I came over here.
Yes. And
I really liked it.
Yes.
It continues to be a favorite for me. I don't mix it. I just have it either straight or on the rocks, and I love it. It comes in at $30, I believe, $29.99, something like that. It's a great deal. And if you're coming from, I've mentioned this before, I can't remember if it was in the podcast or in the YouTube videos, but if you're coming from Scotch, this is a great one to go with. This one and the Castle and Key, which again Charlie just absolutely hates. I think if you're a Scotch lover, those would be 2 that would really good to start with. So bang for the buck, Larceny number 1 for me.
Okay, all right. And then you also, by the way, do you have that Larceny that when we went to Heaven Hill? Oh
yeah, I haven't opened that yet.
Have you opened it?
No, I said I wanted to open it till our get together at the end of the month. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I have a yearly gathering of dudes.
Explain your Larceny that you have.
It's real brief. I've been doing. I've got a group of guys, family guys, friends of friends, and we've been having get-togethers. one weekend out of the year. For this will be our 24th year.
Okay.
We're gonna do. We did a little tasting last year with the guys. We'll probably do it again, but it's a fun weekend. So if you ever hear us refer
and we'll talk about that blind.
Yeah,
we'll talk about the bottles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We'll review it here on the channel as far as what was introduced and what won.
Yeah,
and we'll share
and
those results.
Yeah, especially like the overall results.
Yeah,
that's
we'll
always good because that's like a combined favorite, like for everybody.
Yeah.
So
all right,
wrap that up. Thank you.
So number one is the New Riff. Now this is the best budget one. So this is not the single barrel. I can take either one, but this comes in at $27.99, and I will always be a fan of New Riff.
Are you sure it's not 37? Okay. I wish it was 27, but I think it's closer.
It's awfully cheap if it's 27.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's. I think it cracked 41 because you kind of said. Last one you said shoot me. It's just a little over 40, so I think it is like. 40,
regardless, it's budget.
It's budget, right.
Yeah, regardless, it's budget. So I'm a New Riff homer. I just a shameless one. I don't care to admit that.
No, but the proof's in the pudding because we had to take this out of our wine tastings because it just kept. That's the single barrel both just kept winning. They were like everybody's top four like all the time. So it's not just a homer thing, even when it's been blind.
That is correct. So
even
our future blinds that we have, which we have coming up in here about a month, and we'll share those results as well. People know not to bring New Riff to the blinds because it does win too often. So we kind of just exempt that from the blinds. But anyways, that's my number one.
Exactly.
And I think you might want to mention an honorable mention.
Yeah. We talk about allocated, and I'm going to ask Charlie to maybe just elaborate on this sort of succinctly because a couple people instant messaged me and had me kind of explain allocated, and I don't think I'm doing a very good job of explaining it. And there is variance between states and how states do their business, But this one used to be really hard to find. This is Weller Special Reserve. We always call it Weller Green.
Yes.
For Green Weller. And I think both of us would agree. This is probably the best buy.
Best $25 buy you will ever buy in a bourbon period.
Exactly. And they're getting easier to come by here in Ohio, or at least in Southwest Ohio where we're at.
I've seen them set on the shelves for a couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah, I was shocked. I think I mentioned it in another show where I came in on a Sunday and there were still like 12 or 13 of them, and they came in on Saturday morning.
Yeah,
so
very good.
They're getting easier to find. But this is an honorable mention. I think for both of us.
I got a surprise for you.
Okay.
I want to wait for you here, so go ahead and put that away.
All right.
I got you something. I went to
you got me something.
I went to Kentucky last week.
Oh, okay.
And of course, whenever you're in Kentucky, you got to go bourbon hunting. When you ever see a liquor store, you just drive and stop. So anyways, I got this. But this is I don't know. Oh. Here you go.
Holy shit!
Here you go, buddy. You like Weller so much. You like Weller. There you go. That should last you a while.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that should last you a while.
This is awesome! Wow!
I saw that. I'm like, I've got to get that for Bob. He loves Special Reserve.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I got to take this to the cigar.
Okay.
Shop with us when we go to
whatever.
Yeah. People's faces. Oh my gosh.
That's like the Costco size.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Yeah. So there you go. I got that for you.
Thank you, sir. That was awesome.
You're welcome. Sorry.
That's
You're
awesome.
welcome.
All right, man.
All right. Very good. So you put that on your side.
All right.
Take yours now.
All right. Oh my gosh, that's too good.
All right. A couple things, and we're gonna get into the sports.
All right.
But I gotta mention some things because I'm uber. Oh no! We can't get to the sports. We got something else to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. We may have to take a break because we need to get more glasses.
Okay.
Because how we're going to do that? But we're going to do a bottle review.
Okay.
Before we do that.
Yeah, and we also tell people what we're having.
Oh yes,
We're having our number ones.
Yes, I'm having the New Riff.
I'm having Larceny, and you probably can't see from where you're at, but we have some.
We have our new glasses.
New glasses, yeah.
It's Bourbon and Ballz.
Yes.
So maybe down the road we will give one or so out.
We hope at some point in time do a live.
Yeah, we'll have a giveaway or something like that.
Give
but yeah, there's our new. It makes us official now. So Bourbon and Ballz glasses.
Yeah.
So cheers on that.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, a couple things I want to drink real quick to that. All right. I put an email out to a local distillery.
Okay.
So I'm waiting to hear back. We may have them as a special guest.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Down the road. They're starting up too, just like we are.
Okay.
So I think it benefits both of us. So we'll kind of see. I won't name them yet because I'll wait to see if that's something we're going to have to go down there to them. But it's a local distiller, so it's pretty cool.
Excellent.
Before we get on to our bottle review, And this whole video might run a little long. I'm sorry, just because it gets excited. I'm trying to tease this because I haven't been excited for a bottle like this in several months.
And I can tell he's been dying to tell me, but he's done a really good job of not saying anything.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Should I tell? No, I'm still not going to tell you.
Oh, you're still not going to tell me?
No.
No, I thought you were
No.
going to
I'm just going to tell you that we're going to do it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm getting a bottle in tomorrow.
No, I gotta wait too.
That I have hunted. And I will say this is probably in the bourbon community the most highly sought out bourbon right now. There's always a right now bourbon, but it's right now. Right. It's trending right now. If bourbon had a Twitter feed, this would be number one trending as far as trying to get your hands on. It's so incredibly good. Now, I hope it's good because sometimes the hype
is more than the
and then I get disappointed and I just score this. Well, anyway, so stay tuned for next week. We are going to go over this bourbon. Bob doesn't know what it is. I'm not going to tell him yet, but I am uber excited. I'm more excited this than when I had that Maker's Mark Cellar Age.
And you're pretty pumped up about that.
Yeah, this is. I haven't been this excited since last year when I hunted down at George T. Stagg.
Oh wow!
So it's not in the BTAC. It's not George T. Stagg or anything like that. But
I'm real curious now.
Yeah. So next week, tune in. This is not a bit or a plug. I'm that excited. So I can't wait. I can't wait till next week, anyways, to get this in. And I promise to not open it until then, and then we'll all share it together here on the channel.
Excellent.
Okay.
All
right. Next is the bottle review. We're going to take a small break. Switch out our glasses, and then we're going to do the 2017 Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. We're going to score it just like we would in blinds.
Right.
Kind of show you how we do it, and then we'll go on to our sports. All right?
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you. All right. We're going to edit this back in.
Okay.
So the story on this bottle, you won't put that back up there.
Yeah.
The story on this bottle, how I got it from Bob. So I was at the store, and there's this older couple who was doing the bourbon trail, and they were kind of like, they eyed it. Like, oh, okay. They knew. And I was like, oh, son of a bitch, how do I get them out of the way from me get the bottle other than just pushing them like George Costanza, right? So I knew there was a Blanton's behind me, and I don't want a Blanton's. And I said, hey, guys. And I already had a conversation with before because, you just get friendly at the liquor store and stuff like that. And I, ask them what they're looking for and stuff like that. And that's how I knew they were on a bourbon trail. They told me. And they go, something unique we wouldn't get otherwise. And they were, buying this bottle. And I said, well, there's a Blanton's behind you. I said, you got to go check that out. So they did.
That was a subtle George Costanza.
Yeah. So I grabbed the bottle and I walked up to the register, and the Blanton's at the register for display, and that's where they were there at the time, and they saw me checking out, and they saw me holding the Weller's thing. I said, I hope you guys don't mind. You guys weren't going to get this, were you? And at that point, what are you going to, what are they going to say?
Right.
So I was like, no, you go ahead and take it. So that's how you got it.
Good job, man.
All right.
I'm honored.
All right. We'll be right back.
All right, everybody, we are back.
Yes. We had to change out the glasses and get ready for this bottle review. So for the second segment of the show, we'll call it that, we are going to, and actually this is in honor of Bob too. He just had a birthday.
I did. I got a big old green Weller, and now.
Yeah, and now you get the birthday bourbon, right? So this is in honor of Bob.
Birthday.
This is a Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. This is a 2017. Man, my eyes are bad. I'll put it on the screen as far as the proof. I think it's a 94 or something like that.
Okay.
If I had to remember correctly. I might be off a few proofs, but this is to celebrate Old Forester's existence, I believe. But maybe I'll put a little history blob at the bottom. Okay. It could be about this little dude too, by the way.
Okay.
Something tells me it is. So, anyways, I didn't get to 2023. I know a lot of people are. It just got out about a month ago. However, it was like lukewarm reviews, so I'm like, I'm not going to go after that one. It seems like the older ones are pretty good. 2017 seemed to have a. You say
this is an every September thing, right? Correct. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So this is a 12-year-old bourbon, and we're going to crack this baby open, and then why I do this, I want to explain to people at home our scoring system.
Sure. Those of you who haven't heard yet, and those of you who have, just be patient, please. We do a 1 to 10, and we do it on 3 different areas. We do it on the nose, We do it on the taste, and then we do it on the finish. And then we basically, those are weighted values, so it's 20% on the nose, so it's times 2. And then we do it 5 times on the taste, or that's half the score. It's times 5, and then times 3 on the finish, and then that gives us a total somewhere between hypothetically 0 and 100. So, sorry about that.
Yeah.
So as you've also heard us refer to before, a lot of what we have in our tastings, kind of winds up in the 70s. Something over 80 is pretty darn good, and when you get to upper 80s, it's really special. And then, as you saw for our top 5 period, the 90s, that's some really, really, really great stuff. So,
oh yes, exceptional. So we are going to go ahead and nose it. The last bourbon thing gave me hiccups.
That's all right.
Also, I'm going to add, probably by the beginning of next month, I'm going to say that gives me enough time to do it. We are looking at maybe doing a small little app.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So, and because some of you guys mentioned about the scoring system, and this is actually give it credit's due.
Right.
Kind of not ripping this off, borrowing this from ADHD Whiskey
Yeah.
YouTube channel. He's got an app, and I looked into the company, and we're using the same company. It collects all the data to where we score all these things, so you guys will be able to see it and just scroll and then see what
It's
our top
quick and easy to kind of find. And
it's a quick reference.
We'll find. We're going to try to find a way to identify. Some of you might be more along Charlie's taste, or some of you might be along some of my taste. And I know some of the same stuff we like, but then we'll try to find a way to identify that on the sheet so you can see who's picking what.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then, if you're at a store and you can sit there and say, well, these 2 bourbons, which one do I want to get? And you can look at our scoring system, and maybe that will help you guys decide.
Yes.
All right. So, all right, we are going to go in for the nose, right?
The nose is catching me from far away, man.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yes.
That is potent.
There's no way this is 94.
Wow.
I got to look this up, but it doesn't.
If my eyes are
Is your eyes better than mine? I can't see crap. But anyway.
95 and a half.
Oh, I've got to tell you what, it smells hotter than the 95.
Oh, it does, yeah. Because I was back here before we even started. I could. Man.
So I got like brown sugar. Honestly, I'm not sure about vanilla.
I'd almost swear this was a rye.
But it definitely smells spicy.
And it's potent. Wow.
So, and then some of this part you may see a little speed up on this because we may bore you with some of this stuff. So we'll get.
And I'm grateful that you've mastered that editing feature, because I do prefer to take my time. As you guys can tell, it takes me longer to pull out the notes and to figure out my score. So thank you, Charlie, for learning how to fast forward to it and bore people to death.
Into the taste.
I feel like it's a rye.
It's not, yeah.
It has rye. It's there's some ethanol.
Well, it's either ethanol or nail polish. I can't figure out which one it is. And I'm not saying it's a bad bourbon, but I get a little bit of nail polish of a sense at the very end. It's like it's ethanol at the end, right? Like the taste goes away. Mm-hmm. Am I reading that right?
No, I think the
taste goes away, but yet you can feel the alcohol still there if you get my drift.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad bourbon. It's not. And again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. For me personally, when I end up hyping up a bourbon, I end up hyping it up to where I got these expectations in my head, and then it just.
A lot of that comes from reviews,
Yeah,
that's why you kind of skip the 23.
Yeah. That's why I kind of skipped the 23. I mean, this isn't a bad bourbon. It's not like. I'm not gonna throw it into the blinds. That's just for the value of it, but so it's I'm gonna give it another try before I make a final remark. It's not a deep flavor for me. It's more alcohol.
Well, and the term I would use to describe the finish is hollow.
Yeah,
it's like you've got a burn.
It's like the middle of it's just like if it were like a cylinder, the middle of it's just gone. Right?
That's right.
You can only taste the outside of the bourbon if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Something's missing. I'm not sure what it is. So, and the thing is about this, we will be honest about all these bourbons, as you can kind of tell. and I hope you appreciate that. We're not going to score bourbon just for the mere appearance of it. And thank God we actually took the appearance out of it.
Yeah.
And just the nostalgia of it and all that kind of stuff. And this kind of goes to show, like, you know, the bourbons that we did earlier, the budget bourbons. I mean, there's some damn good bourbons out of that. But nevertheless, you know, we're gonna score this. And this is where we're gonna speed this up when we get to the end here. Well, we're back. We're going to go over our scoring and see where we land.
All right.
It's the 2017 Birthday Bourbon from Old Forester.
All right.
Scores is what it is.
It is what it is. You want to start or should I?
Sure, I'll start. I gave the nose an 8. I thought the nose was pleasant.
Okay.
I thought it was really good. This is kind of where we kind of went downhill.
Well, you just go ahead and finish.
Okay.
Finish yours.
The taste I gave it a 7.5. I think it was an average taste. The finish, however, went a little bit lower for me. It went on a 7. Just because what we mentioned before, I'm just really disappointed that this thing scored as low as it did. But you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
Overall score was a 74.5 for me. That's basically a flat out C. It's a sipper. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's as much as I gotta say.
Yeah, for me, I would have swore I was having a rye. There was a slight hint of orange on the nose, and it was definitely hefty. It was a hefty nose, but I really couldn't pick up anything else. So I wasn't as fond as the nose for you. I gave it a 6.5. On the taste, I also gave it a 7.5.
Okay.
And on the finish, I gave it a 6. I just felt like the finish was really empty and just there was a burn, but not much other than that.
Yeah.
So my final score is 69.5.
Okay. All right. You know what's sad?
What's that?
Is I bet you, and I wish I had it. Maybe we'll do some other day. The Old Forester 1920. I can almost assure you it will score higher, and it's Old Forester.
Oh, you had it before?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's like a banana Foster.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good Lord! It's like a banana Foster cream pie.
Okay.
The Old Forester 1920.
There might have been a little sweetness on the nose, but to me there was nothing.
No, it didn't smell like 1920, and I know it's by design. This is a whole different bourbon, mash bill and everything, but the 1920 to me is a great Old Forester bourbon.
Okay.
And I guess to this date, I'm going to sit there and say that's the best Old Forester bourbon I have had. Unfortunately, it's not the birthday bourbon.
But you had seen this reviewed.
Yeah, and it got better reviews than the 23. That's why I avoided to get the 23. I can only imagine what we would score the 23 if, in fact, it fell in line to what I was thinking. So, you know, it'll stay up on our shelf nice and pretty and everything until I decide to, I don't know, give it to somebody or something. I doubt if I do that. But the value on that this is just stupid, ridiculous value on it. As far as on a secondary, too. I didn't pay for secondary, but the value on it is pretty hefty. I actually traded bottles.
Okay.
What did I give the guy? I forget what I gave him. But anyways, so that's our bourbon review on the 2017 birthday bourbon and a celebration of Bob's birthday. We will now move on to the sports section. All right. See you in a minute.
All right, we're back again. Time for sports talk.
This is our third segment, and we're going to go over, see how well. I don't even know how well I did, so I guess you're going to tell us.
Well, and then we do talk a little college, if you want to talk a little college football.
Okay, yes. So, Colorado won. This is good. But I actually want to talk about, I don't know if you saw this game, the Miami, I think it was Georgia Tech.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
So Miami, and I watched the highlights on it. I didn't watch the game.
Okay.
Just because this caused so much uproar in the sporting world.
Oh, some good gossip to talk about.
It's not, you got to see it though. You're going to be like, what the hell? So Miami was up, I don't know, let's say 3 or 4 points. Okay, maybe whatever. Maybe 2 points. I don't know whatever the hell it was. Like a minute left.
Okay.
And they had a first down or whatever, and then they were on third down, I think, and it was within 45 seconds, like 35 seconds left or whatever. So what would you do in that case? Third down, 35 seconds left. No one has anybody timeout. So what would you do?
Where's the ball?
It doesn't really matter. At that point, they have the ball. They're up. They have the lead.
Oh, I would just run around the backfield a little bit.
Well, you just kneel it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Run around the backfield a little bit, kneel. Yeah.
Yeah, kneel. That's all you gotta do, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, these numbnuts, and you can see it on YouTube. These numbnuts freaking handed it off and ran the ball up the middle. And what did he do? He fumbled it.
Oh my gosh!
The other team recovered, and what did the other team do? Of course, they freaking scored the next play and game over.
Yeah.
And that's how they lost. And Miami was undefeated at that point.
Oh man!
So they're now 5-1, and that coach needs to be fired.
Oh man!
I would be absolutely furious.
Oh man! I wonder what the hell he's thinking.
I don't. I have no clue. I've never seen that play ever in my life. All you do is kneel the ball. UC didn't lose though. Cincinnati. They were off.
It's a bye week. I forgot.
Yeah, it's a bye week. So overall, it was a decent week in college football.
And I'm a little off my sports game because I've had a little busy stuff in life going on. But I am happy my Astros are up 2-1.
Are they?
Yes, they are. And I think they may have finished playing while we're recording this. So I have no idea what the score was. But hoping we make it. It looks like we might play the Rangers. So it'll be a division game, but it should be a good game if they go on.
Who's favorite? Astros? And
I haven't seen the lines, to be honest with you, so I'm not sure.
Who's favorite overall to win it?
I know the Astros are up there. If they're not first, they're probably second. I mean, at least to win the American League. I'm not sure because you got.
What about National League? Who's favorite?
I think Atlanta was up there.
Okay.
And Philly.
Okay.
But like I said, I haven't looked at the lines.
Philly made the playoffs?
What's that?
Philly made the playoffs?
I thought they did. Okay. Like I said, I'm off my sports game right now, so I haven't had the time to listen to all my sports radio that I usually do.
Real quick, since you're doing your shameless baseball plug, I got to also congratulate FC Cincinnati.
Good. I was going to ask you to bring that up.
So they won the Supporter Shield. And I'm learning this as I go. I'm new to soccer. And I know people have already probably turned this off by now when I say the word soccer. But I'm telling you, I promise you when I say this, is I hate soccer, watched it on TV. But ever since I went to an FC Cincinnati game, and it totally changed my mind.
Okay.
So anyways, I understand when they came into the MLS, they were the worst team for the first 3 years of its existence. They were like the Bad News Bears. They were horrible. And then organizationally, they changed all that kind of stuff. And then last year, they made it to the playoffs. And then this year, they had the best record in the MLS. They all did this within 5 years, which is absolutely astounding. So we now have home field advantage throughout the whole entire playoffs. And I guess the finals, instead of like a Super Bowl site, it's still played at the home field? So we have home field the whole entire time.
Okay.
So I'm very, very excited to see this run, and hopefully we can win the cup. So yes, congratulations to FC Cincinnati.
Excellent. That's awesome. I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yes.
So we're moving on to fantasy?
Yep, we'll move on to fantasy.
All right.
And then real quick, I'm going to apologize to the viewers. I just now noticed that the camera was up against this table, and every time I shake it, so it could have been shaky. I have no freaking clue. So if it is, I apologize.
Sorry, we keep cutting on and off. Yes. So we just want to, apologize for that.
Okay. So all right. So fantasy.
Fantasy, yes, and you won because
that's because the other team didn't score enough.
Well, but it was it was a Monday night game. I mean, if Devontae Adams just would have had a couple catches, you'd have been in trouble.
Yes,
yeah, but he didn't, so you got to win. So congratulations.
I'm 2-3. It's respectable.
I know it is.
I'm the Bengals. I got a late start.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
exactly. But look out for Johnny Nice now. He's tearing it up.
Yeah,
in your division. He is.
You know who I play this week?
Play me.
I know.
Hey, do you want a side bet on that?
$30 bourbon.
$30 sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good.
Or the winner's choice, of course.
All right, of course. All right. Excellent.
Right.
Deal. All right. So, and I lost my last game. My same sister Marianne who beat me.
Yes, she's beating everybody.
And she's making a comeback. Yeah, and I think some of that is Burrow and Chase kind of coming back to life because she's got those two guys.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, and I didn't score horribly. I don't really have an excuse. I didn't leave a whole lot of people on the bench. Okay. You know what I mean? But she beat me by a good 25 or 30 points. So just hats off to you, sis.
Yes.
Yeah. Good luck. Keep going. So and we're going to talk about some people who are out. I think you were going to mention.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson. He's out. He's on IR.
Okay.
So that's at least 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So he may be out even longer. And I just wonder if Minnesota now just does a fire sale at this point because they're 1-5.
Yeah.
If Zach Wilson wasn't doing a little bit better, I could have seen.
Oh yeah, trade for
At least hold the fort until
Mr. Rogers,
right. So anyway, so he is down for the count. Also, the Miami running back, the rookie.
A chain.
Yeah,
however you say his name. Yeah, and I have him. So yeah.
Oh man, you're getting brutalized.
Well, but fortunately, I had somebody really good on the bench. It's not coming to me now who it was.
You had Chubb.
I got Montgomery. I had Montgomery on my bench. So I got Montgomery coming
Chubb
for him.
Too. Just think of where you would be. If
I know. Yeah.
Chubb and the Miami guy still intact.
So fortunately, I had enough depth running back. If one more goes out, then I'm going to have a problem.
Okay.
And then I did lose my backup quarterback Richardson for the Colts.
He's on an IR too.
Yeah, and then at first they were saying like 4 or 5 weeks, but now when I was on the way over here, they're talking about he might need surgery, so it could be more like 8. Yeah. Okay. So I did get the mustache. So I would advise you to get the mustache if some of you in your like 12-person or 12-team leagues.
It's a deep league, yeah, sure.
And I think for backup, he's one of the best backups around.
He is. He definitely is.
Yeah. So I was just grabbing him if he's out there. If you need a backup running or backup quarterback. So
okay. All right.
Excellent. So picks from last week?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see how we did.
All right. Mr. Charlie, you did pretty well. You had a push with Houston.
Nice.
Yes, and then you had the Colts and the Jets and the 49ers, so you're 3-1-1.
Nice.
Last week.
Music to my ears.
Exactly. And Jeff was in the same boat, 3-1-1. He had a push also with Houston. He had the Steelers. Of course, he's a Steeler homer. Steelers, Jets, and 49ers. Jason was also 3-1-1. Atlanta, he had Atlanta, but it's still push with the Houston game. Dolphins, 49ers, and Chiefs all wins. And then I was 3-2. I had the wins with Miami, the Lions, and the Colts. And Steve, Mr. Push-O-Matic, he found another one. Yeah, so he was 2-2. I'm sorry, 2-2-1.
Okay.
And he had the 49ers. He had Houston for the push and the Bengals. And I say, way to have faith ahead of time, Steve.
So that was gutsy.
That was but I'm happy with how Joe's looking.
Yeah, I think he's. I think also they're putting Chase in the slot, and they're finding ways to. Obviously, they did. So they're looking pretty good. Defense is looking pretty solid. So this feels like a roll.
Yes, feel like we can kind of build from here and go from here. So, and then Keith was 2-3. He won with the Lions and the Dolphins.
All right, what do we got for overall?
So you want to do standings? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for standings.
Yeah, we'll put that on the ticker.
Scroll them. Yeah. Jeff is in first place at 15-9-1. I am in second place with 14-11. Charlie is 13-11-1. Keith is 12-13. Steve, Mr. Push, is 10-11-4. And if you think if you're betting, really those pushes aren't bad because you're getting your money back.
Correct.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's actually better than it sounds. And then Jason at 10-8-2.
So everybody's above 500.
Except for Steve, but if I would call those pushes, I would put us I'd put us all like 500 or higher. Yeah, that's pretty.
So if you've been following us, at least you're not losing your money.
Right, and although we have let you down with our parlays, and I'm so sorry. I was so optimistic about the parlay last week.
It sounds good at the moment.
It does. I was really pumped up, and this was the story I was going to tell you when I got home. So I'm doing all the math today. I'm like in a crunch before I come over here, and I'm getting everybody's confidence picks for the next parlay.
Okay. And
Jeff has the Bills, and the Bills are -14. And exactly my thought.
That is a lot.
I'm going, why did you pick this as a confidence pick, man? And it was like really, but you know me, I don't get hung up on stuff a whole lot, but it was like really bugging me. Like I kept thinking for the life of me, like, why did he do that?
You talking about the upcoming week or last week?
Well, that's the thing. So what happens is, we're by the way, we're recording tonight on Wednesday instead of Tuesday because I had some personal things going on. So the line is from Caesars Wednesday late afternoon. So I say to myself, I'm gonna make a suggestion for a second parlay and substitute the Bills with the Eagles and take the Eagles instead of the other two. Well, then I get this instant message. He IMs me his picks, and I was using the picks from last week.
Oh, geez.
So he didn't take the Bills. That made me feel a whole lot better.
Okay.
So
what is the parlays? So
the parlay of the week is Jeff, because he's in first place. He's taking the Bucks plus 3.5. And then,
wait, he's taking the Bucks over the Lions?
Yes, he's taking the Bucks and the points.
All right.
Interesting, huh?
It is interesting. I would have went the Lions, but that's just me.
Yeah.
That's why he's in first place and I'm not.
Well, and here's the other thing. To be honest with you, he did pick the Buccaneers. I'm rethinking how we're doing this because I'm wondering if we should just go off confidence picks on like who's doing the best with the confidence picks.
I'm 3-0 by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
I haven't lost in my confidence picks.
That's what I'm saying. I might look back at that. Maybe we change our strategy as far as how we're doing that. Yeah. So anyway, he's got the Bucks plus 3.5. You and I agreed. We're second and third place on San Francisco minus 6.5.
Yeah, I just think they're going to annihilate them.
I think
they're annihilating everybody.
Yeah.
And with Deshaun Watson right now is not being very well liked in the locker room right now because apparently he could have played last week.
Yeah.
He decided not to.
Yeah, even though I haven't listened as much.
Yeah, so
I've heard a lot about.
They're starting to turn on him a little bit, and it's not like he played all that well, anyways. So 6 points. I think they're going to cover that.
Oh yeah, if it was 9 or 10, I'd hesitate.
Think about it.
That's a touchdown. 6.5. Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. And then that brings Keith into play, and he's got the Lions minus 3. So
okay.
So that's our parlay.
Lions minus 3. I thought we did the Eagles Jets.
No, I was saying that when I thought he was.
Okay.
When I thought he was picking the Bills minus 14, I was going to suggest substituting the Eagles game.
So what's the parlay then? We need 3 games.
I gave you 3 games.
What are the 3 games?
Bucks plus 3.5.
Yeah.
And then you got San Francisco minus 6.5.
Yeah.
And you got the Lions minus 3.
But the Lions are playing the Bucks.
Oh, are they? Oh, that's where I messed up.
Yeah, so we can't do that as a parlay.
Oh my gosh! Wow. See, I told you I'm off my game. I tried to warn you. So we'd have to go to the next confidence pick. You want me to go look that up? It's right over here.
No.
So the next confidence pick would go to based on standings. Steve. And Steve has the Saints minus 1.5. Good catch on your part.
All right, Saints 1.5. That's why I couldn't figure that out.
Okay, that's my bad.
Okay. All right. Well, I actually picked that in my 5 picking game.
Okay.
Saints, so
excellent. So we're gonna correct that. So it's parlay is the Bucks plus 3.5, San Francisco minus 6.5, and Saints minus 1.5. Thank you for catching that.
Okay. And then we may tweak it, like you said, for confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Next week.
We'll see what that looks like after we do all the stats. Yeah.
Well, I'll be 4-0 then.
What's that?
I'll be 4-0 then.
You might be. I hope so. I want us to win the parlays.
Yeah,
for people,
I know.
You know what I mean?
I
like I'm not rooting against anybody really.
All right, so that's our show. To recap, though, I don't mean to overhype this enough. Of course, I'm hyping in my head already.
You know, we didn't go over the games though.
What are you talking about?
The games that we were going to highlight.
What are you talking about?
The 3 games that I sent you on the phone.
I thought we just did.
No, we just did the parlay. But that's okay. That's okay.
Well, what the hell? What games are we highlighting?
Well, the only one that wouldn't be in there would be the Eagles game.
Who do they play?
They're at the Jets.
Ooh, that can be a good one.
Mm-hmm. So it's Eagles minus 7 at the Jets. Steve, Keith, and myself are all on the Eagles. So.
And what's the spread on it?
Again, it's minus 7.
Oh.
So.
Is that the Jets?
It's at the Jets, yeah. What makes you think? Makes you think they can't cover that?
Dumbass is playing better.
Oh well, okay. It's one game.
It's 1.5 games. He played good on the second half of that game or 2 games ago, and he might have figured it out.
That could happen.
And also, I might add, Aaron Rodgers has been back at the club for 2 games now. I'm just saying there might be something to it.
What are you thinking?
He's the quarterback whisperer.
Oh, I see where you're going. Okay, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
No, he's like the quarterback whisperer, and he may be, whatever, and try to help Zach out and all that kind of stuff, and bring a little mojo to it.
Possible.
7 points. 7 points is a lot in the NFL.
You wouldn't be on that game. Nope.
No,
okay.
I wouldn't.
Very good. Very good. No, but I think you're right. I think that covers everything, all the games we wanted to cover. So, and I appreciate you catching my mistake.
By the way, I did pick Atlanta to win this week. And I've been harping on Desmond Ritter. And this is the reason why I think Atlanta's going to win this week. Part of my 5-gamer is because Washington is a horrible run defense, and they are a great running team. Atlanta. So as long as they stay around the score, as far as even, I can see them getting ahead and just pounding the ball. Now, if they fall behind early, they're done. But I did pick Atlanta to win that game, even though I'm an anti-Desmond Ritter fan, because I don't think he's going to need to throw the ball that game.
Gotcha.
So. Anywho.
Gotcha. And can we just, what are your thoughts on the Bengals game?
Who we playing?
That's what I was trying to remember myself.
So,
I should have it all down here. So, like I said, I'm slacking, guys. I apologize.
No, it's fine. In general, though, I think they're on a roll, and I think that we'll be all right. I know we got the 49ers coming up here in a couple of weeks. I don't know about that one, but
Their heads and tails above.
correct.
Poor Dallas.
Yes. So anyway, so to that ends our show. That's everything I got covered.
Yep, same here.
So until next time, don't forget to
ring the bell.
Yes, click or comment, subscribe, and like button.
Yeah,
right?
thanks to everybody who has been commenting and
Yes.
instant messaging and stuff. We appreciate it, and we're happy to have the dialogue with you.
And then don't forget to real quick. Don't forget to tune in next week. We got that special bottle review. I cannot
That's
freaking
right.
wait. I'm just telling you, I have been stoked for months. So
All right.
stay tuned for that.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you.